Hello everyone, this video is regarding Sprint Retrospective for Sprint 2. Our project is based on blockchain technology in pharmacy supply chain for track and trace. Project ID is ITIC7415 underscore S1 2020 underscore 90. In this sprint, we focused on three user stories. The first user story is covered by Amanpreet, um, which involve the investigation of effects of blockchain on supply chain. And the second user story is covered by Baljinder and Harpreet, which covered the business behavior with the implementation of blockchain on supply chain, demonstrated why blockchain is hard to tamper using an online tool. Third user story is covered by me, in which I created a smart contract for a blockchain technology. In my part, which include the development of smart contract, I have tried to practice a simple transaction, and this transaction is based on a customer trying to buy a medicine from a seller with the involvement of a notary, with seller having a control whether he or she wants to sell a medicine to a customer or not. It could be because of any reason, as it can be a prescribed drug or it might have some age or country restrictions. In our code, as we can see, we have a template of order medicine, assigning a notary, and then again another template of supplying medicine, in which we will try to switch our seller. As we can see, we have three parties: Anthony, Brad, and Isaac, with Anthony being a seller, Brad being a customer, and Isaac being a notary. Here we can see that all the variables are defined: the medicine, the cost, the currency, and the location. And here we can see now the Brad is offering Anthony to be a new seller, to be his seller. And now the Anthony will be having a choice either to accept an order or to reject an order. As we can see, the same thing is highlighted above on our screen. The controller is a new seller, which is Anthony. He has an option either to accept an order or to reject an order. Now, if we consider that he accepts an order, now the Brad will be assigned as a new notary. Not the new notary, but a notary. And we can see the same thing is will be highlighted above in our code. Here we can see. Now with this code running, the Isaac will be given an offer to being a notary, after which he will be having an option to either accept it or not. But in our case, let's consider that he accepts an offer and be a notary. And here we can see above in our code that the two new entries will be generated. In one entry where he will be a customer to a seller, he will be a customer to a seller, and in another transaction he will be a seller to the customer. That way, if we run a transaction and run the scenario results onto our right hand top of the screen, we can see there will be two transactions, with Brad and Anthony being an actual seller and customer, but Isaac being an intermediary, therefore making it a two transactions. In one being a customer accepting a medicine, the cost, currency, and the location of the medicine, and in the second transaction being a seller with the same details, which was details of the medicines which were in the above transaction. So the information is still retained, everything is still the same, but in this case Isaac being a new seller. And that's how buying a medicine will complete a transaction using this block of code, this smart contract. Building a smart contract was crucial because they are the basic backbone of a blockchain. Since every transaction in a blockchain involves a consensus, Therefore, consensus is derived from a smart contract stored on the blockchain. In this sprint, I have learned how to make a smart contract, plus how we can give authorities to the parties. As we can see, making this template, both the customer and seller have an authority to complete this transaction, and we can and at last I have also studied how parties can perform operations. As we can see here, a notary is manipulating a data in one being a customer and in another transaction being a seller. Thank you.